Welcome to the official YouTube channel of Eternia.com. I'm your host AJ, and today we're doing an unboxing and a mini review of the Masterverse Wave 9 New Eternia BUZZ-OFF figure. Now, this is the first time that BUZZ-OFF has ever been realized in Masterverse plastic. And when I first imagined BUZZ-OFF coming to the Masterverse line, I thought we might get the BUZZ-OFF from Masters of the Universe Revelation Netflix series. BUZZ-OFF did have a role in the conclusion of that series. To be fair, it was more of a cameo, but it wasn't just his B people there to defeat the forces of Darkland. BUZZ-OFF was there too. But this figure is not from the Revelation subline. It's from the New Eternia subline. So to the Revelation fans, sorry to be such a buzzkill. And real quick, speaking of the Bee People, I believe that is what BUZZ-OFF's race was first called in the 1980s classic Filmation series, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. It wasn't called Eternids, I think was the name. Eternids came later. I think it came from the Mike Young 2000X He-Man and the Masters of the Universe Cartoon Network series. There was also like these insect people in the mini comics, but they had no relation to BUZZ-OFF. But in the beginning, there was the Bee People, and BUZZ-OFF was their leader. So let's be moving along and check out this packaging. So no Masterverse figure comes complete without awesome Masters of the Universe artwork. And BUZZ-OFF is no exception. I think the artist responsible here is Donahue, and he's done a lot of great work for Masterverse. And I love here on the spine, we have BUZZ-OFF, and we have this very cool honeycomb look in the background, which is rather neat. And then on the back here, this is cool. It actually looks like that perhaps BUZZ-OFF is in his hive and he's flying around, and you see others flying around in silhouette, I guess other bee people. And it's just really, really, really cool. Also on the spine, actually, I should go back to it because one of our Eternia.com community members, Tree Slayer, shout out to him, either commented on one of our articles or posted on our forums saying that in his artwork, BUZZ-OFF was giving him an Iron Man vibe, you know, an Iron Man from the Marvel Cinematic Universe or Marvel Comics, or I guess take your pick. And now that he said it, you know what? I have to agree. I do get sort of like this Iron Man vibe to him. So let's read his New Eternia bio. And his bio says, BUZZ-OFF, spy in the sky. After the cataclysm destroyed the Great Queen's nest, Eternia's bee people, known as the Eternids, nearly collapsed as a society. They were saved by the warrior Lord BUZZ-OFF, who reclaimed order and set off to establish a new home for his people as their king. So here is the Masterverse New Eternia BUZZ-OFF out of the packaging, and he looks glorious. I'm already in love with him. Now, this guy's New Eternia, and what I'm going to say here is not a criticism. It's just a first impression based on the New Eternia subline. You know, that New Eternia subline, it says original designs inspired by classic concepts. So it's basically a new interpretation of a character, you know, based on old discarded concept art that Mattel didn't end up going with. But I'm not seeing much of the original concept here, because originally I recall BUZZ-OFF was supposed to be, you know, a human in an insect costume. Like he didn't have a bee head, he just had a bee helmet. And the pincers, he didn't have real pincers, but I think they were just gloves covering real hands. But the good people over at Mattel, you know, went with their plan B and had enough sense to make BUZZ-OFF more insect-like, which I definitely think was the right decision. So it could have been wild, I think, if they went more with that rejected design here, you know, just solely for the New Eternia version. But who am I kidding? I just love this guy, and regardless if it's emulating or taking inspiration from the old concept art or not, I don't care. I love this figure. I don't want him to change. So let's take a 360-degree look at him. Okay, here is a 360-degree look at Buzz-Off, and I'm really loving what I'm seeing here. Check out this wingspan. I can't wait to mess with that articulation. And the paint apps look clean here, I think, on the most part. I really love the sculpting, the bumps on the arms and on the legs. Yeah, he's really looking rather cool. So let's take a closer look, starting with that head sculpt. So here is the head sculpt of Buzz-Off, and I'm really digging this look. You know, it's well sculpted, it's well painted. I have a little smudging, I think. I might be able to clean off in the front there, but otherwise, I think the paint apps are solid. And you know, I'm really liking this design. You know, Buzz-Off has always been created with a smile on his face, starting with the vintage figure. And the classic versions, I think, also had a smile. But here on the new Eternia Masterverse version, I guess you can consider that a smile. Yeah, I guess technically you could, but generally he looks more sinister here. You know, he looks more eerie, more creepy, like a bug would normally look. And yeah, I prefer him this way. So let's get Buzz-Off, turn around, and check out those wings. Now these wings are a nice translucent yellow. They're flexible plastic to some degree. They got this technological like markings on the back, which I believe is consistent with the vintage figure. You see these like electric coils. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is the first Buzz-Off figure with 4 wing blades. I believe the vintage figure had 2, and the classics figure had 2. They also had like a couple of appendages that was inspired by the 2000X design. Wasn't really a big fan of that, but these 4 wing blades, I'm a big fan of, and I think it's really cool. Look how cool is that? And they not only have 360-degree articulation, but the larger wings also can come out. Look at that. So it gives you some depth to the wings. Isn't this fantastic? Look at that. How great is this? I'm loving it. And talk about first, I think this is the first Buzz-Off that actually has articulated pincers. Look at that. How awesome is that? So now let's talk accessories. Buzz-Off comes with his axe, his harness, and his helmet. So here is Buzz-Off with all his accessories on, and he looks fantastic. He looks ready to go. He's rocking the helmet, he's rocking the harness, he's rocking the axe, and he looks like he's ready for battle. And it's such a great way to display in this way. Now, I do want to caveat that I did have difficulty with the harness. I had difficulty getting both straps in at the same time. It actually feels like the harness is too small for his body. So I just want to let you know that. I actually only have one side clipped in at the moment. Maybe other collectors will have better luck than I have. I don't know. But since I'm only displaying it, I don't mind that it's partially clipped in, and it certainly looks good to me, and I really love this look. To be or not to be? That is the question. Well, this Masters of the Universe New Eternia Wave 9 Buzz-Off figure answers that question, and it's to be. This figure rocks, and it's going to keep you humming along all day long, from the articulation of the wings, to the sculpting of the body, to the paint apps, to the accessories. I mean, this is probably, and I have nothing but love for anyone who prefers a different figure, but this is probably, yeah, I'm going to say it's the best Buzz-Off figure I have seen to date. And Masterverse, again, knocks another figure out of the park. And I highly recommend this figure. If you're a fan of Buzz-Off, pick them up. If you're not a fan of Buzz-Off, pick them up. This one's going to make you a fan. Love this figure. And I'm sorry for all the bee jokes, guys. I know they stung. All right, well, that's it. I want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.